Calls case People State of Michigan versus Julie Bombashell.
Your Honor, I appreciate the court's accommodation. I had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Fong-Fachan. I discussed bond violations that have come to the court's attention since Ms. Fong-Fachan's last appearance before the court. Ms. Fong-Fachan.
Now that, as well as the continued lie.
Of course, Your Honor. And Ms. Fong-Fachan is going to apologize to the court. She's going to admit that what the court has been made aware of, her participation on a video podcast.
Okay, let's just get it all right, Mr. Warren. Here's the stupidity of this individual. I lock her in jail because she was lying to me and violating her conditions. One of her first calls from the jail is to a podcast. Am I right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
But then gets here and runs a ruse that she's really making the calls regarding her to choke. Then, so not only does that then go on social media, there's then another one on social media of shortly after when she was arraigned, where she was violating her bond condition at that time. I've yet to figure out why she doesn't have a medical marijuana card if that's what she wants to do. But she doesn't, and then just continues to use. Lied to community corrections, then lied to me. So she gets put in, then makes within that week at least 41 calls that we could see, but there were actually additional ones. Then can't wait a day after being released. Violates my order again.
And Your Honor, that is my understanding of where we are today in its entirety. And Ms. Fong-Fachan admits to all of those things. She did go into custody. She placed upwards of 120 to 130 phone calls, one of which was to a podcast. And I think that demonstrates to the court that her statements that she learned her lesson in custody, it may hinder that because Ms. Fong-Fachan was laughing, joking on a podcast.
Oh, yeah, she was. She thought it was all a game.
Of course.
And guess what? You can think it's a game. It's a game with me that you will never win.
Understand.
Ever. No, I don't think you do.
Can't speak.
No. Your Honor, that was the first week she was in custody. The following week, she lost phone privileges. She was released from custody, at which point she came before the court, apologized for what happened leading up to that.
Lied to Mr. Feaster, so Mr. Feaster would lie to the court.
Your Honor, I think Ms. Fong-Fachan understands that pretrial release is a matter of grace, and that for her to remain on pretrial release, she has to demonstrate to the court that she is going to comply with her bond conditions. She has had a turbulent journey on her bond so far. She's had several violations. There are renewed violations. She admits to all of those. She would ask the court to
including that the THC cookies, the time release THC cookies was a lie.
Ms. Fong-Fachan understands that that story is not feasible, that when you inspect the claim that was made at her first probable cause conference, that it doesn't make any sense. And she'll admit that today to the court, that a number of things she said leading up to this have not made sense and have turned out to be false. And when a person, anyone puts himself in that position, you have to tell lies and lies and lies to kind of undo what you've done so far. I think Ms. Fong-Fachan wants to ask the court for a clean start, to come clean, as to
I thought we did that the last time. This was almost the same spiel I was getting last time, right before she got out and on film drank.
right.
God only knows why you'd be mixing anything with Red Bull, but what the heck.
Understood, Your Honor. And she did drink. There's a video of her doing it. She doesn't
Oh, yeah,
deny it.
there is.
And what she's going to ask the court to consider is continuing her bond, upwards modification, that she be placed on a other to monitor alcohol use, that she submit to ETG testing to monitor her alcohol use, and that she cease using social media while this case is pending. Ms. Fong-Fachan is serious about resolving this matter. She's serious about taking care of her two children. Her daughters, Maddie and Ayana, have upcoming birthdays on the 28th of March and on the 2nd of April. I know
It would
she
be
wants to there
horrible
for
if she's in jail on their birthday.
them. It would, Your Honor.
But it doesn't seem to me that she was really caring about them all this time anyway.
Your Honor. No,
Because she would have never put herself in the jeopardy that she's in right now.
Of course, Your Honor. I know her children are her primary concern more than anything else, that she's asking the court in a final act of grace to permit her to remain out of custody, continue her bond with those modifications, to comply. And Ms. Fong-Fachan can address the court and come clean about any violations of bond leading up to today.
Go ahead, what does she want to tell me? Mr. Allen.
I just wanted to apologize for starting off with a bad start with you. I hope that start over. I did my time for bond violation for 2 weeks. I messed up the first week. The second week you revoked my phone privileges. I learned my lesson. I had some time to think about what I've done, and when I figured it out, I did have that cup of alcohol on the podcast. I truly thought that it was just no smoking weed, but I didn't know alcohol was a problem. But now I know. I do not have an alcohol problem. I was just drinking.
How am I supposed to know that?
You don't.
That
You don't.
that now you've learned your lesson.
I know.
Tell me how I should know that.
I know that anything that I say, you probably won't believe because we started off badly.
Oh, and you lied.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's not just little lies, big lies. Every step you've done, you've been lying. So tell me why I should believe you now.
I don't have a reason or any excuse to argue with that. I understand.
Your Honor, I think Ms. Fong-Fachan knows it's not about what she says, it's about what she does. And what she's done leading up to this has not instilled confidence in the court that she's going to comply. We're asking the court to give her an opportunity to demonstrate that she's going to comply with the court's orders and perhaps present herself as a candidate for at the conclusion of this case.
I know you're upset at me.
Oh, I'm not upset because I definitely get to go home today. So I'm not really upset. Go ahead. What did you want to say? You just think this is all a game. That's what your problem is. You do. You think this is all a game.
I can say definitely I didn't take it seriously the first week. The second week after I stayed in, I had a lot of time to think.
About what?
About, my actions before, during, and now, after the fact, even having a drink. And I guess if you want to put me back in jail, I deserve it.